Hello there, good evening. Look North is coming to you from the brand new Rob Burrow Motor Neurone Disease Centre at Seacroft Hospital.
3, 2, 1.
From a dream to operational in just 5 years, thanks to a team of inspirational people who made Rob's vision become a reality.
No matter what your condition or your disability or your function, you should be able to come into this building and feel as though you belong.
We'll take you on a tour of the centre, the first of its kind in the country, and which will be a place of holistic care as well as groundbreaking research. And look back at how 17,000 donations made it all happen by runners, walkers, mountain climbers and fundraisers who took on the challenge to help people living with MND and their families.
Very mild over the next few days. There's also some rain around. Join me for that week ahead forecast.
Look at this, what a place. You're joining us from inside the MND Centre. And as soon as you walk through those doors, you're greeted by Rob Burrow's words, "In a world full of adversity, we must dare to dream." This, of course, was Rob's dream, wasn't it? When he was given that devastating diagnosis of MND 6 years ago, he turned it into a positive. He wanted to create a space for other people with MND and their families to come, a place that would be holistic, welcoming and offer hope. And you can feel that here. Today has been a day of celebrations for Rob's family, for the staff who will be working here, for the fundraisers and the medical team as well. It opens officially to patients on Thursday. Sally Hurst has been looking back at quite a day.
3, 2, 1.
Family was everything to Rob Burrow, and today it was his 6-year-old son Jackson who took on the ribbon-cutting duties. It's 17 months since the first spades were put in the ground, just one day after Rob died. It was his wish that nothing should slow down progress on the building he saw as his legacy. And this was the moment his family saw that legacy realised in physical form.
Oh, that's amazing.
For the very first time.
It is a big day for us today, an emotional day, mixed emotions, happy and also, thinking about Rob today. And I'm sure he'll be looking down and here with us and he'll be proud.
Yeah, well, I think he'd be saying, we told you so. He's proved that dreams do come true.
Rob was diagnosed with motor neurone disease in 2019, 2 years after retiring as a rugby league player with Leeds Rhinos. After the initial shock, he quickly decided he wanted to make a difference, drafting in friend and teammate Kevin Sinfield to help fundraise.
It's sad Rob isn't here to see it and open it, but in the knowledge that it will help families across Yorkshire and hopefully wider. I take some comfort in the fact Rob would be so delighted with that.
This is a space that will now be used by patients and their families and friends. Amongst them, Ian and Rachel Flatt, themselves fundraisers for this building.
It is just breathtaking. It really is. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe it's actually opened and it's ready to go.
Rob's family, Kevin, all of that, they created a movement, really, an unstoppable movement that created this. And I'm really proud of all of them.
Today's opening is a culmination of years of work, but it's also just the start. The search for a cure continues. This building is more than bricks and mortar. It's hope for a future free from motor neurone disease.
Despite the diagnosis, we still want somewhere that is a positive place, that offers hope and that offers us a chance to come together and laugh and smile.
Ian Flatt there mentioned a place of fun and laughter, and there's certainly been that today, especially from Rob and Lindsay's children. I love these little markings that they've been putting on the welcoming board here at the centre. I'm going to add Look North to it to say that we have been here on the opening day. Earlier I caught up with Lindsay and the children in the family room for some arts and crafts to find out what they thought of Rob's place.
It's just absolutely wonderful. I don't think I've stopped smiling since we came on Friday to have a look round, and it's just brilliant. The facilities here are, world class, and to have this centre, to have it in Rob's name, is something really special. And to be here with the family today and members of the MND community, the nurses, the doctors that work here, has been really special.
So you've been here, haven't you, without the cameras?
Yes.
What have the last few days been like, and what's the kids' reaction been?
I think it's not really proper sunk in. I don't think it still feels quite surreal. This was a pipeline dream 5 years ago to have this centre in Rob's name, and Rob wanted to help other families that were going through a similar situation. And I think to have this centre now, to have the physical building, to see that the work that's gone into it, patients are at the very heart of the centre. Everything has been done, all the little details, as you go around and see the centre, is just incredible. I think Rob would be really proud.
Macy, you've been in here all day with your sister and your brother.
Yeah.
What do you think of this place?
I think it's just incredible, and the facilities here for kids to come, and it's not a daunting place. It's a place where you can come and maybe do some crafts or play some games and just enjoy yourself.
And would you have done this in the old hospital where your dad was getting treatment?
Probably not, no. There probably wasn't room for it or space to do this, but because we've now got the M&D centre, we can do lots more.
And the mayor is busy making a wish list of snacks for when families come in. And I like the fact that pot noodle is top of that list and a hot chocolate as well. Lindsay, this was all Rob's wish. It was his legacy.
Yes.
What do you think he'd make of this?
I think he'd be incredibly proud. I think to be here today, I've just not stopped smiling. It's a really kind of pinch me moment to have this centre now, and ultimately Rob wanted to help other families, and so to have this centre in his name, it's a place where we can come and remember Rob and his incredible legacy.
And what difference will it make to families?
It will make a huge difference. Just having a family room like this where, as a parent coming into hospital, you often worry about taking children, but here they've got arts, they've got crafts, there's a quiet room where you can go, receive the diagnosis. Everything has just been thought with patients at the very heart of the centre.
Well, it's really wonderful, so congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Right, where's that hot chocolate? Rob was very clear about what he wanted this place to be, a welcoming space for families like his own. As we've seen, they've had a great time here today, but also a place to offer holistic care under one roof. Aside from that, Rob wanted this to be a place where they could carry out pioneering world-first research to one day, hopefully, find a cure for MND. Kathy Killick has been taking a tour.
It doesn't look medical, and that's the point. Space, light and effortless access is built in, and that's because the people who work here and MND patients were involved in the design from day one. Rob Smitten was one of them.
What I felt when I walked through the door, I actually felt it lifting my spirits just by being here and seeing what an amazing facility it is. So I can't think there's anything quite like this, certainly in this country, Europe. So we've got something to be really proud of.
The pride is shared by the staff. Ali and Claire's working lives are going to be transformed not only by state-of-the-art facilities, but also by having a home under one roof. They can see colleagues, exchange ideas, demonstrate equipment to patients. They can't wait.
Everything has been made with disabilities in mind. So, no matter what your condition or your disability or your function, you should be able to come into this building and feel as though you belong.
It's wonderful. It's an absolutely beautiful space, and it ticks every box that we wanted. We've got everything we wanted and more for our patients. But it's very overwhelming, but in a wonderful way.
Equally importantly, the centre will enable research studies and trials. Partnering with the University of Leeds, they're already looking to test software that may enable earlier diagnosis from MRI scans.
It can often take 12 months, even up to 15 months to be diagnosed. then anything we can do to bring that forward allows those patients then to have the care and support they need, going from speech and language therapy, physiotherapy, voice banking, anything like that, to make that patient journey easier.
What started as a hole in the ground has become a fully realised building. But what happens now within its walls could be even more remarkable, even more hopeful. Kathy Killick, BBC Look North, Leeds.
We're going to chat now with Dr. Jung, who was Rob's consultant, and Tahira Chowdhury and her daughter Amna, who will hopefully be using this centre. Dr. Jung, this was a vision of Rob's, but yours as well.
Yes.
Does it live up to what you imagined?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it had more than, yeah. So I had hoped for this beautiful, and Rob and I had always dreamt about this holistic space where, you know, whole person health was looked at, and a one-stop shop where we covered all aspects of clinical care, of support for families, and, you know, quiet spaces where patients can gather their thoughts, families can gather their thoughts, spaces for children. So, yeah, it does live up to my expectations, absolutely.
We heard briefly from some patients about what they thought and the difference it will make, but what about the staff who'll be working here?
I think it'll be amazing, you know. I think it's a very hard job, and I think looking after patients with motor neuron disease by the MDT and by myself, it's not an easy thing to do day in, day out, and I think the calm environs will actually be really good for us, and it will spur us on to do better and better.
Amna, you came here an hour ago with your mum, Tahira. What do you think of it so far?
I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's something that we just didn't even expect we'd see. From where we were before in the clinic, it was quite cold and uninviting, quite clinical, to this beautiful space where it's warm, inviting, and just little things like mum would not drink water, and just so we couldn't go to the toilet, but now we've got amazing facilities that we can take her there with dignity and let her do that.
And in terms of the last centre, you told me earlier that it was somewhere that you didn't want to go, did you?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd actually stopped coming, and it was a shame because we could see all the professionals looking after mum there, but now we can actually do that for her. So
and the reason mum didn't want to go was because the space wasn't enjoyable?
Essentially, yeah, it was really, really, it was a bit scary actually, because it was a space where she couldn't have an area where she could go and be herself, or you know, have a little quiet moment. There was no space like that. It was just all just open really. So.
And what do you think to this, Tahira? Will you be coming here from now on? Yeah, and that's what it's all about, isn't it, Dr. John?
Yeah.
Just very briefly, this is incredible what you've created here. Is this how the NHS should be looking in the future?
I think so. I think that, you know, this is a pioneering paradigm shift in healthcare delivery, where you are not just looking at an illness, but you're looking at a person with an illness. You're making sure that they are supported and there is an ecosystem around them to look after them, their family members, their children, their fears, their aspirations, and, you know, making sure that our patients are living in the now.
Thank you very much to all of you, and I hope you enjoy this space with your families. Well, £6.8 million was raised in an incredible 3 years to get this place up and running, and that was all thanks to the effort of lots of fundraisers. Nicola Rees reports.
3, 2, 1.
It's been a colossal community effort, with everyone doing their bit, from running to wheeling and walking. The shared mission to raise awareness and vital funds for motor neuron disease, inspired, of course, by the rugby league great Rob Burrow.
From corporate donations through to cake sales, it's been a collective effort, and I think Rob's story, his bravery, his phrase, dare to dream in the face of adversity, just resonated, and people rallied around that call.
Boy, did they rally. And leading the charge from the very beginning, Rob's best friend, Kevin Sinfield.
It's about friendship, it's about raising awareness and money for people we all love and care about.
Kev's superhuman running challenges raised millions and brought us unforgettable moments like this. Rob's story gave hope to others living with MND. For campaigner Ian Flatt, climbing mountains in his wheelchair once seemed impossible. Not anymore. He scaled 7 peaks in 3 weeks, raising thousands for the new MND Centre.
It just shows how much support there is for the M&D community, and more importantly for the Rob Burrow Centre.
Not every challenge was land-based. In Pontefract, former rugby league referee Dave Merrick swam 7k every day for a week.
I think I surprised myself with that 7 in 7, 280 lengths of front crawl a day for a guy of my age. I'm nearing 50, I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Dave's swimming challenges raised £25,000. He says he couldn't have done it though without friends.
The rugby league community as a whole in Featherstone, Castleford, Wakefield, and obviously Leeds and the surrounding area, everybody jumped on board. I felt a bit of a pain messaging people all the time, but that's how we got the money in.
In 3 short years, the money was raised to build a new MND centre. At the Leeds Hospitals charity, staff say they've never seen anything like it.
Let's not forget when we launched this, it was just after COVID, and it took a bit of a leap of faith to undertake what was the biggest appeal in the charity's history at the time. And I think the landmark for us was obviously when Kevin Sinfield got involved in his first run that we benefited from, his run from Leicester Tigers up to Headingley Stadium. And that raised over £1 million for us. And at that point, you know, we thought, OK, here we go.
Soon everyone was running for Rob. Tom Davies from Sheffield completed the MND Mile to show his support.
Tom, my partner, was diagnosed with motor neurone disease last July, aged 29. He's so brave, and just the way that he's faced everything, it's definitely kept me strong, and being able to do something like this today together has been really special.
Everyone's so friendly and supportive, and it's really, really lovely.
17,000 people donated to the £6.8 million total. There was running and walking and wheeling and dancing and so many more amazing feats. It was Rob Burrow's dream to get here, and with the help of all of you, he did. Nicola Rees, BBC Look North, Leeds.
Some absolutely incredible efforts there. We're going to chat now with Esther Wakeman, Leeds Hospital Charity Chief Exec, and Jamie Jones Buchanan from Leeds Rhinos, and of course, one of Rob Burrow's friends and teammates, and no stranger to a challenge himself. Esther, all of this is thanks to the fundraising efforts of so many people, isn't it?
I know, it's remarkable. I mean, people have taken a real leap of faith joining us to fundraise for the centre, and you know, people have donated, they've fundraised, they've done all kinds of things, and that is the reason we've been able to open the doors today. I mean, it's just incredible.
The fundraising doesn't stop here though, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, we're so grateful for every penny that's been donated, and even once we hit the 6.8 million target, and thank you to everyone who contributed, we know that there's still more to do, so we want to be able to provide all the extras, the things over and above what the NHS will pay for. So things like the holistic care, being able to put play materials into the family room, thinking about the volunteers that could add value to the services that are provided here. We've been talking to Dr. Agam and her team about what else is needed to be able to make the most of this facility.
And Jamie, what about for you? This must be quite an emotional day because you've been here from the very beginning with Rob's diagnosis and then his vision for this.
Yeah, when you walk through the door, it's breathtaking, jaw-dropping, and it's symptomatic of the character of Rob and both Kev. There's plenty of clues on the walls, pictures. Already there's some heritage and artefacts that tells that story. And when you think about the inspiration that those two characters, not just on the playing field, but off it as well in this walk with M&D and Rob Burrow, the change that they've inspired, the fundraising, the banging the drum, the ringing the bell, that's out there as well. And the way that they've told their story, you know, through adversity, but daring to dream. Well, that dream's become a reality, and it's just unbelievable. So honoured to have known Rob and Kev as well in his participation. And just to read some of the messages on the wall there, I think just tells a story of what this facility is going to mean to so many different people.
Absolutely. And for the rugby league family, why is it important to keep the fundraising going? You know, this is here, it's what Rob wanted.
Yeah, well, on the weekend there's the 7-4-5 game as well down in Gloucester. We had that at the reverse fixture at Headingley last year. That's Doddy Weir, Rob Burrow and Ed Slater, all got great friends, and walked that journey together, brought together two games that separated in 1890s. And that's the spirit of camaraderie, cross-pollination, connection, and that's what this family game really does. Reaches into the heartlands of the north, certainly some of the northern communities, but for those who need it the most, and it's just, yeah, it's a special journey. It's one of friendship, camaraderie, love right at the middle of it, and the willingness to do the hard things for the right reasons.
And it's been beautiful to see play out. Thank you to both of you. Well, that is it from us. It's time now for Tom in the studio with the rest of the day's news.
Thank you, Amy. Let's take a quick look at the rest of the headlines coming in to Look North today. Police patrols at railway stations and on trains across our region have been stepped up after 11 people were stabbed on a train on Saturday evening. British Transport Police said it had extended officers' shifts and instructed them to maximise their time on patrol following the incident on the train, which was travelling between Doncaster and London King's Cross. Today, Anthony Williams, who's 32, has appeared in court charged with 11 counts of attempted murder in connection with the knife attack on the train and another attack hours earlier at a London station. And an investigation has started after a man died in a light aircraft crash in North Yorkshire. The small plane crashed on the runway at Sherburn Aero Club near Sherburn in Elmet just before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The pilot, man aged 70 from Leeds, died at the scene. Inspectors from the Air Accidents Investigation Branch have been at the site today, gathering evidence and making inquiries. The family of a 5-year-old boy who has died after he was sent home from A&E have told a coroner they believe his death was the result of a systems failure. Yusuf Nazir died at Sheffield Children's Hospital in November 2022, 8 days after he was sent home from Rotherham Hospital with antibiotics. He had also seen a GP twice. Rotherham Hospital says there is no evidence of systems failing. Yusuf's family was speaking at a coroner's hearing ahead of a full inquest in April. That's the roundup of your news. Here comes the weather. Here with Paul. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Well, it's been very mild today. 16 degrees across some parts of our region. These are a couple of pictures that were taken over the weekend. It's obviously been really dull today, but it's a fantastic rainbow that was taken across Home Firth. That was on Saturday, and we've got one, a beautiful one, of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal looking very autumnal in the sunshine. That was taken yesterday. So if you've got any pictures you'd like to send in on X, on Instagram, or the Weather Watcher website, please do. Now, the statistics show that October was one of the dullest on records, and we're keeping a lot of cloud during the early stages of November. So a lot of cloud next few days. That cloud always thick enough to produce some outbreaks of rain, but it will also be exceptionally mild. Now, that's because the air's coming all the way up from the Azores. So you follow the isobars all the way from down there. So it's very mild. Always cloudy at this time of the year, and weather front's never far away. So there will be some rain and drizzle, especially across parts of the Pennines. I think Thursday, Friday and the weekend do look a good deal brighter. Now, that's the radar sequence. The Pennines really have been taking much of the rain out to the east of high ground. It's been mostly dry today, but the rain's really setting in now across the Pennines. It will become a little heavier over the next few hours and probably have enough energy to spread eastwards for a time. But as a general rule, much of the rain will be in the west, especially the Pennines, where there'll be some mist and low cloud. Further east, there'll be some cloud breaks. Very mild night for early November, 14 the low in York and in Leeds. Tomorrow's high water times then in Scarborough 2:25, Bridlington at 2:43. Now, we might get off to a dry, bright start towards the coast. Not going to last long because rain already across the Pennines. Showery outbreaks of rain feeding up from the southwest through the day. Maybe becoming quite persistent through the afternoon, especially across parts of South Yorkshire. At the same time, North and West Yorkshire hopefully will turn dry and a little bit brighter. Always, though, a lot of cloud. Despite all that cloud and rain, look at these temperatures again for early November. We should be around 9, 16 tomorrow. That is 61 Fahrenheit. Another windy day to come. Further ahead then, Wednesday again cloudy with some patchy outbreaks of rain at times. Thursday a bit brighter, as will Friday. Some sunshine coming through at the moment. The weekend not looking too bad. Temperatures around 13 degrees. That's the forecast.
The message I'm getting is no scarf for bonfire night.
Correct.
Absolutely. Thanks very much indeed, Paul. Now, it's been a really special day with the opening of the Rob Burrow Centre for Motor Neurone Disease, and the family have been right at the heart of it, haven't they, Amy?
Indeed they have. I'm just enjoying a cup of tea with Jo, Rob's sister. And Jo, I spotted there's a wine fridge down there as well.
Even
Not stocked,
better.
sadly. Jo, a very proud day for you all.
Absolutely. We're just so proud. We just can't believe it's finally here and it's open today. So yeah, the family are just overwhelmed, mixed emotions, very, very happy and really proud.
This was obviously really important to Rob, but what does it mean to the family?
It means everything to the family. You know, it's, as you say, Rob wanted this from like 4 or 5 years ago. He knew it needed to be better, what could be provided. So it was his dream, and we was like, really, can this ever happen? And now it's here. It's so important to the family. Somewhere now they can come. People who are diagnosed with MND can come here. You've got everything under a roof. Kids can play. We've seen it this morning with Jackson. Yeah. It just means the world.
It absolutely does. And I know your dad says he'll be popping in for cups of tea.
He will be.
Now and again.
Yes.
Jo,
yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the whole family and to the centre for allowing us to be here today. It's such a beautiful space that you've all created. So thank you for allowing us to be a very small part of that journey, and congratulations to you all for making it happen. Just want to draw your attention to that beautiful picture on the wall there. Brothers in Arms is the title, and of course it's Kevin Sinfield and Rob Burrow, the two men at the centre of making this dream a reality. And one more time, we can't say it enough, can we? In a world full of adversity, we must dare to dream. I think it's only right that we leave you this evening and end the programme with the words from Rob Burrow, CBE. Thank you all for allowing us to be here today, and congratulations once again. That is it from us. Thanks for watching. Good night.
When you try to hope for a disease which has no cure, all you want is for people to try and find a reasonable treatment for the worst cruel disease imaginable.
Rob Burrow, a sensational solo try.
3, 2, 1.
I'm very excited about the MND Centre being named after me. I'm going to see the previous building knocked down, and it is starting to take shape now, and it is beginning to become a reality and not a pipe dream.
You know, nobody looks forward to going to a hospital appointment, but just having an environment that meets the needs of people with MND will make such a difference.
3, 2, 1.
It's about me and my journey through MND. I'm lucky to have a platform from my previous job to start a movement for people suffering from motor neuron disease. I'm so pleased to know that people are part of the team, and it was the goal for me and Kev. I feel on top of the world, and it is like playing great in a game knowing that someone is listening to us. The hard work starts now for our amazing scientists to find an effective treatment